Like painted kites, those days and nights they went flying by. The world was new beneath a blue umbrella sky. Then softer than a piper man, one day it called to you. I lost you. I lost you to the summer wind. The autumn wind and the winter winds, they have come and gone. And still the days, those lonely days, they go on and on. And guess who sighs his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind, the summer wind, warm summer wind. And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Monday. On Mondays, we Marston. You will notice that I have a PayPal tip link in the pinned comment because here I am, literally singing for my supper. Greetings, friends. Eagles Pro. Glad you're here. J Lash with the thumbs ups. Appreciate you, J Lash. I always know I'm going to have a decent stream if I see your thumbs ups. Thumbs ups to J Lash. Ben says, hello, everyone. I just made my first edit using CapCut. Miko's here. He says, hello, superantonio and Sadie. Hello, mods. Howdy, folks. Sadie's right here. Odog with the members exclusive Arthur emoticon. Callum says, yo. Odog says, sup, Miko. Odog says, hi, Cal. Miko says, hey, Odog. And Callum says, at much today, Odog. Odog says, everyone pray for E-Pro. And Callum says, Antonio with the singing. Yes, I'm going to sing before I start every live stream now, Callum. Odog says, oh, God. And Serena says, hi, Antonio, I'm here. Serena, glad you caught the singing. Say hi to everyone. Say hi to Serena, everyone. Callum says, Odog. And Serena says, hi, everyone. Serena says, awesome singing, Antonio. Serena, you're awesome. Odog with the star hearts emoticon. And the members only Sadie emoticon. Miko says, hi, Serena. Serena says, hi, Odog. And Odog says, stop encouraging Serena. It's happening, Odog. And Serena says, hi, Miko. Callum says, hair's looking nice today, Antonio. Thank you, Callum. I was wearing the Superman shirt, so I paid more attention to it. Serena says, hi, Callum. Callum says, yo, Serena. Ben says, I got a copyright tag the first 10 seconds of having my edit up. Sheesh. Yeah, you got to watch out for those, Bens. Serena says, LOL, Odog. And hi, Bens. And Odog says, sup, Bens. Yes, indeed. Welcome, friends. Back to the green tea. Ben says, sup, Odog. And hi, Serena. Sadie's here. Can you see her? No, you can't see her. There she is. There she is. She's tired. I have decided. I'm kind of doing some fishing in this one. And Ben says, CapCut is kind of hard to understand, but I'll get better at it. Yeah, it's kind of intuitive. And I'm sure there are tutorials on YouTube. I don't use it, but, you know, it's more of a TikTok app. I believe it may be owned by TikTok, but I may be mistaken. Callum says, haven't played much Red Dead 2 in a while, mainly because I've just been on FIFA on and off the past few days. Hopefully going to be out swimming this week with the good weather coming. And Serena says, hi, Sadie, looking beautiful, as always. Serena, Sadie says, you're looking beautiful as always. I have decided that I can't watch American Horror Story anymore. I was really enjoying it. I'm halfway through Hotel season 5, I believe, which has Lady Gaga. And I love Lady Gaga. Just because all that darkness and sordidness is and pulling me into a dark place. It's affecting my day-to-day life. my attitude towards the channel and my general spirit. I mean, it's American Horror Story is really sordid. There's a lot. And this one's about vampires, and there's a lot of which you can see as a metaphor for drug addiction. And there's a lot of drugs and overdoses and murders and general darkness in that series, which is and I was really looking forward to doing season 1, which is a haunted house. But I can't watch, and I love horror movies and that kind of content, but it's really affecting me. And I realized that my mother's birthday is in May, so I'm sure I'm down because of that. So I decided today that I need to watch more comedies and lighthearted content, just because it's pulling me, all this horror movies and watching Mr. Robot, which is very apocalyptic, is just political. It's just pulling me into a dark place, and I'm just losing faith and inspiration for the channel. It just makes me see things negatively, which I don't want to do. Ben says, almost at 10 subscribers. Can't wait to unlock live streams and the community tab. Well done, Benz. Callum says, I had to join once I seen the big fish on the thumbnail. Yeah, I was super busy today. Didn't even get a chance to update the thumbnail. What's that about? Serena says, nice, Benz. Well done. And Ben says, wish I could make long-form content, but the only hard drive I have is for games, so I can't do 1-hour videos. And my internal storage on Xbox is 98% out of 100. And Odok says, yeah, that doesn't sound healthy. Yeah, I had the weirdest dream last night, and I'll tell you all about it. David says, there he is. Greetings, David. How are you, friend? Appreciate you. What's for dinner? Callum says, nice to see you doing well, although you may not have been feeling yourself. And Callum says, I like your John outfit, by the way. John's outfit likes you, Callum. Serena says, hi, David. David with the Moondog emoticons. And there she is with the Star Heart emoticon. Odog says, Davy boy, how are you? Cruz says, hello, Super Antonio, Sadie, and everyone. Cruz, I had the weirdest dream, a true crime dream, which I was hoping you'd show up tonight because I'm sure it is related to our conversation last night. David says, howdy, y'all. Cruz says, hello, Odog and David. David says, Cruz. And Cruz says, watching the stream on my computer today. Appreciate you. Glad you're here, friend. Okay. Last night, I had the strangest dream. Okay. It was present day. Okay. So I'm me. But I'm in a car on a freeway with my father, who's dead, but he's not dead in the dream. And we're in a vintage Mercedes, and he loved Mercedes. So, but he's alive, and he's not talking to me, not really. I mean, I don't know where we're driving, but and he hands me a cassette tape in a police evidence bag, and it's one of those fat VHS tapes. It's not a VHS. It's like, I think it's called PAL format, So the first thing I'm thinking is that I don't have a player for this thing, and he tells me that it concerns the murder of, and he gives a woman's name, and I recognize the name in the dream, but I cannot remember it now. So I'm gonna call her Annie Chapman, because that was Annie Chapman was a Jack the Ripper victim. So he says something like, this has to do with the Annie Chapman case, and you need to investigate it. And so I'm holding it in this police evidence bag, and the first thing I think, it says do not break seal. And the first thing I think is, if I break the seal on this, I'm going to contaminate it with dog hair. So, this one made it into my dream. What's that about? So it's like present day Super Antonio. with my dead father in a vintage Mercedes, and we stopped on a bridge. And at that point, I woke up. Thank God. And I was just like, what was that about? Super weird, man. And that's sort of when I decided that I needed to stop watching American Horror Story and Mr. Robot, at least for now. Ben says, I've noticed my meme Red Dead clip videos have been getting the most views. My highest view video is at 43 and is a comedic video. Okay, Benz, make more videos like that. That's what your audience wants. David says, Benz, and Serena says, hi, Cruz. Cruz says, hi, Serena. Ben says, sup, Cruz, sup, Davy Boy, and Cruz says, hi, Benz. Callum says, I love the thumbnail, and in all honesty, the fish really caught my attention, as I love fishing in real life and on Red Dead 2. We're going to do a lot of fishing in this episode. Odak says, see the difference between us, chat, and Super Antonio. My entertainment focuses more on healthy gaming, TV, and bath ladies. I dreamt of 2 of them, 2 nights in a row. Such lovely, sweet dreams. Yes, Odog. I need to take some cues from you. You are a wise and learned gentleman. Callum Cruz says, her name is Key Info. Was the name someone you know in real life? It was not. Well, I can't remember. I can't remember the name. I can't. Callum says, nice to see you, David. Was worried about you after not seeing you in recent streams. What was for dinner tonight? Yes, David. What's for dinner? Ben says, Odog, the bath lady dreams go crazy. Haven't had one in a while. Don't know how to control what I dream. And Cruz says, sounds like your golden ticket to a nice check from a publisher if they like your story.
Need a hand? Hey, careful how you go. Can't you see I'm tracking?
It wasn't, and it's like in my dream, I didn't, my father was alive and I didn't realize that he's dead, that he's gone. And he was healthy and, he was younger. He was, he looked like, he was like 40 maybe.
Well,
but I was my age.
like you're on
It
the
was
right
weird,
track.
man. It was weird. David says, yeah, I missed last night. Wasn't feeling too well. I hope you're feeling better now, David.
how's you?
And Odak says, Bence, I've been trying to help him, bro, but he's got to quit watching trash TV. Callum says, hope you're feeling better, David. Always nice to hear from you. And Miko says, get well soon, David. And David says, barbecue chicken pizza. That sounds delicious. Cruz says, if only you remembered the name and Googled her, it could have been the solution to a case gone cold. Yeah, Cruz, you and your true crime. David says, snake emoticon, Miko.
That damn weapon you got?
Miko, waiting on your snake pictures for the pet show. Odak says, I had a surf and turf from Popeyes. I had pizza salad, and it was delicious. Callum said, David always cooking up something good in the kitchen. He always does, Callum. He's a master in the kitchen. Ben says, haha, just got the rolling block in this playthrough. Now time to go on top of the Citadel Rock and snipe some NPCs on wagons going into Valentine. It's that low honor playthrough currently. Odak says, shrimp and chicken tenders. I would eat that right now. And Ben's had some hot dogs. David says, had that this week. Moondog. Yeah, I had pizza salad, one slice with what's this bear food? One slice with Italian sausage and one slice with pepperoni. 10 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friend. Appreciate you being here. Happy Monday. On Mondays, we Marston. Serena says, it's lunchtime here. What are you having for lunch, Serena? And Odak says, they need to keep that on me, you, David. Tell him. Cruz says, nice weather tonight where I'm at. Finally, won't have to wear thermals and a Henley to sleep like John Marston does, LOL. Yeah, that's how everybody slept in 1899. Odog says menu. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That horse doing all right?
David says, Starhearts, I found that drink, but not the brand. Ben said, I had some A&W the other day. That is some great root beer. Definitely my favorite soda when I get one. Cruz, for dinner I had a small bowl of chicken soup. Well, Cruz is on a cut. Callum says, when will we be seeing you catch this big fish? From the thumbnail. I'm excited. It's coming, Callum. And Odog says, Super Antonio, remember, keep poison knives to present your ass from getting mauled. Yeah, that's true. And Serena says, okay, David, it's good. At the moment, at the drink I showed you is similar. And Callum says, that Turkoman has a long neck, a long, floppy neck.
Go on, girl.
What's that about? David says, it's on Amazon, Starhearts. Put on the Amazon links in the video description. Appreciate that, friend. Friends. You don't have to buy anything, or not for me at least, but those links are just to drive traffic to Amazon. Ben says, I wish we could have worn union suits under our clothes as Arthur and John, like in 1899, when Lenny wears his red one under his shirt, and John with his white undershirt with his black one. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We have more comfortable lives. It was very uncomfortable in 1899, but you were outside a lot. Serena says, it's cold here finally. It was hot summer. It's supposed to rain all week. Here, hope not. Callum says, currently 3:19 in the morning. Odog says, use the Super Antonio link. Yes, please. Cruz says, your John looks underweight at the moment. Could be a sign of an eating disorder. Cough, cough, anorexia. Just because John is on an all-meat keto diet and only eats when he needs to refill his Deadeye core. Well, he eats better when Abigail feeds him. Let's just say that. Serena says, oh, I couldn't find it on my Amazon. And David says, it's hot here. It just started. And Callum says, do you have to go to the fisherman to start catching legendary fish? Yes, you do. Jeremy, Renner? It's not Jeremy Renner. But, you know, Jeremy, the fisherman, yeah, that unlocks legendary fish in chapter 3, I believe. Or maybe 2 after Jack. Cruz says, I wear thermals and long johns during the winter, LOL.
You're a good filly.
Ben says, my dad still wears a white undershirt under his black t-shirts all the time. I would die of heat stroke. David says, I just searched Chinotto. And Callum says, damn, I was wondering why I couldn't catch any fish, LOL. Yeah, you have to talk to that guy, that fella. Ben says, my Arthur and John only ate weeds because of all my surplus from the herbalist. That anorexia is hitting like a truck. Serena says, I noticed when I play as John, he doesn't seem to put on weight, even though I feed John. And Odog says, a few years down the line, we need a meet and greet. A Super Antonio Luau, good friends and bath ladies. Well, if we ever get to 100K, I'll try to organize something, Odog.
Right, let's see.
Cruz says, is this the bear camp location? Yes, it is. If so, has anyone been here in Red Dead 1? So hectic. Haven't noticed. Haven't spent enough time in Red Dead 1 to juxtapose it against Red Dead 2. We're going fishing right now, Callum. Next. Serena says, I did too, David. There's different flavors. I have not seen those ones before. Chinotto. And Cruz says, Benz, I don't know how people wear black during the summer. I'm looking up Chinotto. Chinotto soda. It comes from a land down under. Says it is refreshingly bitter, but not so much so that you can't drink it like a soda. It has an intense, warm fragrance of cinnamon and clove, and the sourness of rhubarb, quince, and grapefruit. And it's on Amazon. Sounds like it's a mixer. Like Campari soda. Ben says, when I showed my dad a clip of my gameplay in Red Dead 2, he said, damn, John's arms are like sticks, son. And I died laughing. Callum says, now I'm excited. Here's another bear for you. Where are we? Odog says, LOL Cruz, I do sometimes usually pack a second shirt, and Callum, wear black during summer, I guess. Callum says, oh yes, where I can catch the fish from the thumbnail? I believe so. I'd have to look at the thumbnail again. And David says, oh, okay, Star Hearts. And Cruz says, Odog, you are a brave man. And Odog says, LOL Benz, show him John on Red Dead 1. Serena says, yes, Antonio, it's Italian drink. My family's Italian. It's yummy. It's like Coke. It tastes different. Callum says, John's really unlucky with bears today. Yes, indeed. What's that about? And Cruz says, Serena, I thought you were Aussie, though. Yeah, she's Australian Italian. Serena says, I'm Australian. My family came to Australia in 1970s from Italy. Callum says, this bear didn't get too lucky. And Ben says, John in Red Dead 1 is super skinny, but in his cowboy outfit in Red Dead 1 makes his torso look thick. Odog says, poison knives versus bears, folks. Cruz says, Serena, can you speak Italian too? I think we have to clear out this camp first before we can fish. Odog says, I can't tell you enough. It will save you. Callum says, this is my favorite spot for fishing personally, for the cabin, and the sitting spot also. And Serena says, no, Cruz, not much. I know rude words in Italian. I put up the language video on the channel, and it's not doing that well, regrettably, but that's okay, I guess. But Angela Bronte, it's translated when Dutch and John and Arthur arrive and they meet him. It's translated as "Who are these clowns?" but actually calls them buffones, which I would assume means buffoons. Who are these buffoons? But clowns works too. Cruz says, damn Skinner Brothers, and Callum asks, where's your favorite spot to fish, Antonio? Lake Isabella, because I love salmon. Odog says, Kieran too. Serena says, I saw that video, Antonio. Gave you a like. Serena, that video gave you a like. Ben says, I'm Scottish and Irish, so I carry around a sack of potatoes, always wear a kilt, carry around a Highlander sword, eat haggis, and play bagpipes, and dressed like a leprechaun. Well, speaking of Highlander, there can be only one. Cruz says, not a distinctive audience, I guess, that appreciates your language vid, Super Antonio. Well, you know, you put it out there and you see, you know, you just feed the algorithm. You just throw it out in the forest or the ocean of the internet and hope it sails. Hope it, you know, rides the waves. Hope it finds an audience. But it was one of the poor performance of that video was one of the
Jesus, bad things happen.
one of the indicators, because it really affected my mood, and I know it was just from all the dark content that I've been watching, and the fact that my mother's birthday is coming up. Because sometimes it's like you put you put a lot of effort into a video, of course. You not necessarily your heart and soul, but it's like you put it out there, and it underperforms or it doesn't perform, and it can be a very disappointing and a disheartening feeling. And usually, I'm used to it. I've been doing this for so long, but today, because of the mood I'm in, it kind of hit me a little harder than I expected, than I anticipated. Serena says, Cruz, I know the Italian word ciao, ciao, and come sta, and che bella, and pazzo. Pazzo means crazy. Cruz says, LOL, that's a good start, Serena. And Ben says, I like the waters around Blackwater. You find some decent bass and steelhead. And Serena says, I can count to 10 in Italian. And Callum says, all those trees are getting in my way. Ben says, I was disappointed when I picked up the pirate sword. It's just a machete reskin, but when I ran up to an enemy, I thought it would chop his head off, Highlander style. No, usually it just takes a chunk out of the shoulder. Cruz says, don't be a discouraged man, Superantonio. Stand tall with distinction. Yeah, I'm aware enough of my emotional state that I know when, that I won't spiral. And, but, I was just like, that's an odd feeling to be having. And it's not helpful. And then the second question is, why are you having it? What triggered it? And, Cruz says, just finished my tea. Now I will wait till tomorrow for breakfast. Okay, Cruz, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Odog says, I can count to 20 in Spanish. I've been meaning to pick it back up. And Cruz says, I'm guessing you put in a lot of time on that vid. Well, I did. However, I was waiting for the Cantonese. That was the last part of the puzzle that I needed to get, the Cantonese footage. I put in a lot of time, but I had just been sitting on the raw footage for, I don't know, at least a month. Serena says, Odog says, Super Antonio, get back into Star Wars with me and Doctor Who. That's a good idea. Tubi has old school Doctor Who, like the one, I don't even know, Tom Baker is his name, the one with the scarf, which is like every Brit's iconic Doctor Who. So I should watch that, because I've always wanted to. Serena says, I remember coming here with John, Skinner Camp. I did upload it. The guy was glitching for me, kept moving, was funny and scary. And Cruz says, I'm fluent in Espanol, Odog, holla at you both. Hollow at you, boo. Cruz, so did you hear, when Javier was singing to Mary Beth and Tilly, is he singing something naughty? I couldn't really tell. Ben says, I can say the library is in red is Spanish. The library is read in Spanish. Absolutely riveting stuff.
That's you.
And Horrible Red Dead Edit says, hello, greetings, Horrible. And Cruz says, why did you burn this camp, Super Antonio? Because we had to burn out the pagans. Miko says, it is a balance between giving the viewers what they want and what you yourself actually want to show. The two are not always the same all the time. Yes, Miko. the viewers, not you guys. You guys are, you know me, but a general viewer, if you want on this channel, if I want to make more than 1,000 views on a video, it's got to be a horse video or a weapon video. Horses and weapons. That's all you guys care about. Not you guys, but you know what I mean.
You're a good girl now.
Odog says, change your content, bro, for real. It's the only way I can get away, sadly, in my mind. And Callum says, now we fish. Yes, indeed. Except that condor is distracting him. Odog says, Pertwee and Baker are the best. Yeah, they're on Tubi. John Pertwee. And Odog says, he meant bro, LOL. And Callum says, what a nice looking fish. Callum, you're a nice looking fish. Odog says, I hate fishing with John. And Ben says, Chiolito Lindo. I love that song. And Odog says, because you have to baby him near the water. And David says, be right back. Gonna check on the pizza. I hope you made enough for all of us. David. And Serena says, okay, David. Cruz says, like Project Pat, says in Red Rum, most of y'all want to see blood spilling anyway. And Callum says, give me a slice, David. Odog says, I know, but I have BBC for the past 4 years, so... Amazon has a subscription for, like, British television. It's called Acorn, I think. But you have to pay for it. But Murdoch Mysteries is very very wholesome, even though it's about murders. And so is what's it called? Midsummer Murders, which is like the British version of Murdoch Mysteries.
Hang in there, girl.
Serena says, yummy pizza. And Odog says, we're too old for that, Cruz, LOL. Cruz says, haven't had pizza in 6 months. Yeah, I know, Cruz, it's carbs. You could have like a tiny, tiny slice, like half of a slice on your cheat day. Odog said, had to leave that hard genre of rap, but it was hittin' back in the day. Ben says, I'll never forget when I gained control of John after arriving in Strawberry, immediately ran and jumped into the Strawberry River and started drowning. It was a science experiment. For science. Calum says, my favorite pizza is garlic pizza. My favorite pizza is probably ham with artichoke hearts.
You got a real
And
bad
Cruz says, I can tell, Odog, you're still watching BBC.
I'll be with you momentarily. What do you got there? Oh, good.
Serena says, I love supreme pizza, margarita pizza, and garlic pizza. And Odog, I knew he was going to go there, says, British Broadcasting Channel, Cruz, not my BBC. I'm so glad Mama One isn't here. And I'm really hope Serena doesn't know what you're talking about, Odog. Ben says, I've become a Death Grips fan. It's mostly experimental hip-hop, but it's pretty interesting. And Callum asks, what was your favorite home-cooked meal as a kid, Antonio? Grilled cheese sandwich. And I'll tell you why. Because I went over to a friend's house, and his mom served us grilled cheese sandwiches. And, and it was a very American food. And, my mom is Japanese and Hawaiian, or was, and and she had no idea what a grilled cheese sandwich was. I had to explain it to her. And to her credit, you know, I must have been
Hey, mister.
like 7 or 8.
Do you want a
She called that woman up and asked for the recipe. You know, it's like, and it's the easiest thing in the world to make, but not if you've never made it before in your life. And she made it for me, and you know, it's delicious. It was delicious. So that's my favorite memory in home cooked meal.
Shocking, I say.
And Cruz says, Callum says, O-Dog is, and he's laughing. O-Dog is shaking my head, Callum. And Ben says, O-Dog, I was hoping you were talking about the British broadcast channel. My mind is fried and will never get unfried. O-Dog says, Super Antonio, she'd be traumatized for life. Yes, O-Dog, she would. And Serena says, no, I don't know what you're talking about, Antonio, LOL. Yes, Serena, and neither does Sadie. Cruz says, was your mom more Japanese or more Hawaiian? I think she was more Japanese. And O-Dog says, Super Antonio, have you ever been to the Orient? I have. I've been to Japan and Hong Kong and Thailand and that's it, I think. And O-Dog says, sorry, Ben. Friend of mine is teaching English in Vietnam and invited me over, but I didn't want to go. It's very humid over there. Cruz says, Serena, how old are you? If you're Ben's age, it's good. You don't know. You can't ask Serena a question like that. A lady doesn't have to reveal her age. Ben says, if it seems tonight is a Hitomi night, I'm not complaining. Okay, Benz. You enjoy yourself. And here is some more fishing for you. Calm says, where else would you like to travel to? I don't know. I mean, it's now that I have this one, I don't want to travel unless I can go with her. I don't want to leave her. So I don't really want to go anywhere right now. O-Dog says, my dad was stationed in Thailand and the Philippines. My brother was in Japan. Serena says, lady never tells her age, LOL. Let's just say I'm under 30. And Cruz says, take the trip as you could. Because, become a passport bro. You never know. No, that's okay. And O-Dog is laughing at Ben's and has another fist bump. Ben says, man, I'm losing it tonight. This has been such a fun stream. Well, I appreciate you being here, Ben. You are a valuable contributor to it. You're one of the reasons why it's a fun stream. I'm sitting closer to the mic because you can't see, but Sadie is sprawling off the chair, and she's half in her chair and half on my lap. So I have to sit up close. And Bence has a fist bump back for you, O-Dog. I believe this is the fish in the thumbnail. Serena says this stream is awesome as always. Serena, you, my dear, are awesome as always. And Miko says, don't come to the Philippines right now. It's very hot. They even closed schools up to the college level because of the heat. Wow, that's hot. There's your fish. What do you think of that beast? The legendary smallmouth bass. Nothing small about that thing. O-Dog says, Miko was before your time. I wish I could have experienced it.
Afraid I'm keeping you.
Callum says, that's one big old fish. And Cruz says, I've seen bigger, Super Antonio. Oh, it's big enough for us. Callum says, I'll be going fishing for that tomorrow. First playthrough, or like the first time I did this, I was really concerned about mailing a fish to the, to Jeremy. I got hung up on the logistics. Like, how are we supposed to do that? I didn't know that you could just, like,
My name's John.
it would be so easy.
I knew Arthur, Alden's friend.
How are we supposed to do this in 1907 or 1899?
Discouraged man.
Yes, say no more. I've got something here you might be interested in.
Here.
There's a stake heading up from Blackwater. Now, I hear it'll be heavily guarded, so you might want to
Ben says, one time I was trying out ways to set my mic when I used to play in Xbox parties. I set it too close one time, and one guy said, why is your mic in your throat? I must have been breaking sound barrier.
You enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.
Odog says, speaking of the Orient, I had a dream both volcanoes blew up a week ago. Pinatubo and Vesuvius. That was an interesting dream. Orient is a brand of watch. I believe it's Japanese. It's not as good as Seiko, but they have some interesting divers watches. Kelm says, wish you could put the fish up in your house. And Odog is unsure about the spelling. Callum says, in Beecher's Hope. Nah, Jeremy wants them. We get the cash. You have to do these missions if you want 100%. Which is not necessarily what we're going for. We're just kind of hanging out. Miko says, yeah, Odog, Pinatubo was bad when it erupted. Here we go. Can't see a darn thing. Jeremy Gill, that's his name. Jeremy Gill sounds very punchable. Well, he is very famous. In his own way, he's he reminds me of Maximo Cristobal Valdespino, and just that these guys are so full of themselves. Count says, Jeremy won't be getting that Owen Gila fish. For me, I'm keeping it. Loot these fellas. We need the cash. And so, because I was just feeling kind of down today. I played a lot of Witcher, which oddly enough made me feel better. I think it was just playing video games that gave me some comfort. And Witcher Wednesdays will return, of course, on Wednesdays. We're going to be doing that. Saturday is I believe it's Biscuits horse show. Rerun Fridays, of course. Knocking out some missions. And is he on a Mahogany Bay? No, that's not Mahogany Bay. Ben says, I really liked some of these strangers in Red Dead 1. Sam Odessa and the mission California was a sad one, though. Yeah, he was crazy. And he never made it.
You're a good girl now.
Count says, would you ever consider 100% completing Red Dead 2, or have you done that already? I've done it. I haven't done it on the channel. Odog says, gaming is healthy most times. Yeah, it was a comfort. It was fun, you know. It was exciting. And, you know, it definitely lifted my spirits. You know, I'm feeling better now. You know, so. And Odog says, Super Antonio, watch Tales of the Jedi. What is Tales of the Jedi? Is that the latest one? Ahsoka Tano goes through a rite of passage during her childhood, but experiences unexpected results. I've never even heard of this. Where is it located? Oh, it's on Disney Plus. Callum says, video games always help out when I'm feeling down. Loving the Witcher videos also, if I do say so myself. Yeah, we unlocked a brothel, Callum, and Odog, and Benz, and all you degenerates. I didn't have time to sample the merchandise, as it were. But we'll get that footage. We'll see what that's like. I assume it's like Grand Theft Auto, the Bath Lady club at Grand Theft Auto. I assume it's something like that. Odog says, rewatch season 7 of Clone Wars and come back to Star Wars. Yeah, I did love the Clone Wars, and it reminds me of my nephew. Cruz says, do you like gaming on a desk chair instead of a couch? Super Antonio. I have an antique. I game on an antique chair. It's but it has arms, and I like it. I don't really like gaming chairs because that vinyl always flakes off. I mean, it's comfortable for maybe a year, but you know, they don't age very well. And I'm very particular about my furniture. Odog says, one of the latest ones. And Odog says, a new set of shorts releases this week on Disney Plus. Cruz says, for me, it's exercise. Video games don't do it for me anymore. Yeah, Cruz, I also felt immediately better once I started jump roping this morning. So yeah, getting the heart rate up, getting out of yourself, getting out of your head, that helps. Christian says, hello, friends. I've made it, and I have some news. It's my birthday, friends. Happy birthday, Christian. And also, Super Antonio, nice shirt. I'm not sure if you watched this movie, but you should. It's called No Country for Old Men. I have watched it, Christian. It's one of... the Coen brothers are one of my favorite directors. And that movie stars Thanos. What's that about? Ben says, one time I left Horseshoe Overlook and got ambushed by the leprechauns. They shot down my Black Shire. Had no reviver. Didn't save in a while, so I took a 4-minute run to Valentine and got the reviver. Wow, Benz. I was not going to let that Shire die on me. And Callum says, I'll definitely be here on Wednesday for the Witcher stream. Look forward to seeing you there, Callum. Serena says, hi, Christian. And everyone wish Christian a happy birthday. And Christian says, hello, Serena. Hope you're well. Happy Monday, friend. I hope your day has gone great so far. And Christian says, Anton Chigurh is the coolest part of... Or Ben says to Christian, Anton Chigurh is the coolest part about No Country for Old Men. I believe he won an Oscar for that. Could be mistaken. Serena says, I still got to do the Legendary Fish Challenge. I think you got to finish as John to get Jeremy Gill. I think, yes, Serena. Though you can do it as Arthur. I believe I have footage of Arthur from a version 1. Count says, going to catch up with some sleep. Was nice speaking and spending some time with all of you. Hope you're feeling better, Super Antonio, and I'll see you on Wednesday. I'm feeling great, Callum, but I appreciate your sentiments as always. Glad you're here, friend, and you have a great week. Serena says, yes, Christian, been a good day so far. Happy Tuesday here. And David says, you so star hearts. And Miko says, happy birthday, Christian. And David meant to say, you do, Serena. And Miko says, night, Callum. Cruz says, happy birthday, Christian. Hope it's been a good one so far. And Serena says, okay, Callum, good night. And Callum says, good night, guys. Ben says, happy birthday, Christian. And Odog says, happy birthday, Young'un. David has a birthday cake emoticon. And Serena says, happy birthday, Christian. And David says, later, see. Christian says, thank you, friends, for the happy birthdays. Now just gotta wait a couple more years to earn my first ever wrench, I believe. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll happen. What did you get for your birthday, Christian? Anything good? Anything you're happy about? Why? Here, just come over here. Come here. Because I gotta get comfortable. So you can just get over here if you want to be. Sometimes she likes sitting in this chair. There's really not enough room for her. Okay. Sit.
Let's try
Okay.
this.
There. Say hi to everyone. Say hi to the stream. Look at the camera. No, look over there. Thank you. Wish Christian a happy birthday. 11 viewers in the chat. Tell them to click on the links. Click on the Amazon links. Like and subscribe. Click on the second channel. Check out the PayPal link from Streamlabs. What else? Thank everyone for being here. Serena says, thank you. I thought so. I'm going to try to doing the legendary fish. It's hard to catch. Yes, it requires a little bit of patience, Serena. Cruz says, I'll also be riding off into the night sky with my 6-shooter on my hip and the speed of my Arabian, resembling the great Otis Miller. I'll be off, cowfolk. Okay, Cruz, you have a great week. I'm glad. Hey, come on. What are you doing? Okay. I'm glad we're... Lost that one. David says, do you hold the button to reel Star Hearts? And Christian says, got a couple gift cards no matter what I get for my birthday. Small or big, I'm very grateful. That's a great attitude, Christian. And also, and happy. Also, hello, Sadie. Hope you're enjoying your pink rug that Antonio decided to bring for you. Yeah, she loves that rug. And Serena says, yes, I think so, David. I'm not sure if fishing right. What bait? And Ben's is singing Big Iron, Big Iron. I should learn that song. It's very popular on the channel. Ten viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Appreciate you being here. Hanging out with John on a Monday. I don't know, Serena, usually the game will suggest what bait you need. But go to the go to that lady in La Gras or La Caille and just buy all of her like potent fishing baits. Yes, David is right. The legendary fish require the special lure. Yeah, we wanted to see what this guy's doing here. Ben says, the cattleman is the go-to sidearm for me. It is the big iron, after all. Found a poor man from a long time ago. Serena says, okay, David, thank you. Serena, did you say what you had for lunch? Was it ham sandwiches again? Or was it Vegemite on toast? Or was it grilled kangaroo steaks with a side of giant snake? And there's a letter. We should go back here. Serena says, I'll try to do it with the bait, hopefully get them, then I can upload. David says you can get the swamp, lake, and river lures. Yeah, I prefer those lures rather than bait. Bread and worms and corn. Serena says I had Wheat Bix cereal.
You're okay, girl.
I haven't heard of that before. I'm sure it was delicious. Ben says, I've seen a little bit of the Fallout show. Ghoul is the coolest character. Yeah, he's really cool. I love Walton Goggins. But I do like that girl. The weakest character for me is Maximus. He's annoying. I like his suit, though. I like mech suits.
That's some kind of animal you got there.
And I like the world. I like the world building.
Go on.
Ben says, my dad likes Raisin Bran and my mom likes the mini wheats. They are odd. I like cold oatmeal. I will take the oatmeal and just soak it overnight. Oatmeal with almonds and raisins and blueberries. Just doing a little bit of everything in this episode of Marston Mondays. David says, Banana Nut Crunch and Almond Delight. Is your pizza ready, David? Barbecue chicken pizza. Sounds like a great combo. Kristen says, friends, I'm doing most challenges as Arthur. I have 71 out of 90. I'm doing Survivalist Challenge 6. Serena says, well done, Christian. And Ben says, Walton Goggins is in a great movie with Mel Gibson. It's called Fat Man and is pretty good. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. David says, the pizza is gone. Well, I appreciate you having your meal with the stream, David. I like being a part of your life. Makes me happy. I like being a part of all of your lives. I appreciate you being here, friends, and spending some time with me and Sadie. That's about all I have for you tonight. Shout out to the mods, David and Serena and O-Dog, of course. I couldn't do it without you, friends. Everyone have a great week. We shall return on Wednesdays for Witcher Wednesdays. I am going to find something lighthearted and wholesome to watch, me and the dog. She probably needs to go out again, but that's okay. You guys have a great